Hi, welcome back. This is week one, lesson one, really lesson two, but that's the way we number it. And today we're going to talk about for just a minute what you can expect from this class and this all these courses in a very practical sense. Each module is designed to be covered in basically a week, especially for our in-person cohorts and the people that will be doing this in real time and meeting, at the end of the week at a local location. But if you're studying on your own, you can take all the time you need to grasp this material. Take the sections over and over again if you need to. And one important thing to remember is to just do the work, do the homework, but do it at your own pace if you have to. Make sure that you have a command of the material before you move on to the next one. Don't just check the boxes off to get done. It's very important that you actually understand the material. If you're watching this and you're in one of our uh, um, online or in person, um, the way that it's laid out is the course will open the week prior to say the Monday before we meet on a Sunday. So you'll have all the lessons to do all week long, so you can be prepared for the discussion on Sunday. It doesn't work where we do a discussion, then you have homework following it. You actually will do the work ahead of the discussion time. If you're in the self-paced online learning by yourself, there's no cohort. You, of course, will just proceed at your own pace until you get finished, until you're complete. I will add that at the end of each module, we are going to put and have put a recorded copy of our online sessions. Now, there'll be discussion that you can't hear very well on the recording from people in the class talking, but you will get to hear my explanation and answering some of the questions that were brought up during the week. They may actually help you as well. So those are included even for the online self-paced learning. The modules and the lessons that we have in this course do build on each other. That's important to remember. So it's recommended that even if you're technically able and it's opened up to where you could jump around, it's not recommended that you do that. Go module one, module two, module three, and go in line and do them as the order in the order that they're presented. It's designed and developed that way on purpose. If you're involved in an in-person cohort, you should have at this point already completed lessons one and 1.10 and 1.1. And I guess that's true for self-paced learners as well. But if you're in an in-person cohort, be ready when you arrive to begin discussing the course and for an introduction to module two. Now, in these courses, each module will have several lessons, and each lesson will have a short video, ideally 2.5 to 3 minutes. Sometimes they're longer. On a couple of the week's lessons, they're a bit more to those, a little bit longer, just to cover all of the material. You'll see some interactive exercises within the course modules. There'll be a short quiz, sometimes a quiz throughout the lessons. And then there'll be some reflection questions to answer in a series of class discussion boards that you'll see peppered throughout the course in each of the lessons. And what we want you to do is collaborate. We want you to support one another. I want you to give as much feedback as you can to each other, to respond to one another. Because one of our other goals, besides just knowing who God is to build community and support for each other. We're all in this together, and we all can help each other as we are on this journey to knowing who God is and knowing about Jesus. So it's also important to keep in mind there's no grade, not really, for this course. There's no pass, there's no fail. Some of the quizzes will keep score for you and may return that to you and may even ask you to make half of them right or get half of them right before moving on to the next level. But it's not set up to really to prevent you and to keep you from continuing. That's really all on you. It's up to you whether or not you need to do the lessons again. If you're having trouble, mastering the content and you know it from the quizzes, or you're finding the discussion questions exceptionally difficult, then you may need to go back, watch the video again, do any of the interactive materials again, and just do the lessons over again to make sure you're grasping the material. And if you're still having trouble, go back to the original page, the first page where you signed up that brought you into the first course, and look for our email there. It's info@thecruciblesfire.org, and come back here and send us an email. As far as supplies go for this class, there are a couple of things that you're going to need for this class to really get everything out of it and get the most out of it. And by and large, you'll probably have these things laying around the house. Most people do. The number one thing is a Bible, whether it's paper or whether it's digital. It's totally up to you. Some people like the paper, some people like digital, some people go back and forth. I actually would encourage you to have both, so that you need to go on your phone, maybe download the Blue Letter Bible app if you don't have a Bible app on your phone. And the reason I say the Blue Letter Bible app is because that's what we're going to be using in week 2 or module 2, for the How to Study the Bible course. We're going to be showing you how to use the Blue Letter Bible app. So there's links on the homepage or the welcome page to help you get going. You'll see a link there. It'll take you to a web page that says, it'll be Apple or Android, and you just take whichever one of those your device is, whether it's an iOS or an Android, and it'll take you to the proper links. You're going to need a pen. I suggest you get a good pen. Get your favorite pen, because I really think you should be doing a lot of writing and journaling through this. Even though our answers a lot of time will be provided digitally in the course and on the discussion boards, I encourage you to also keep a journal. Write out your thoughts on paper. Help you collect those thoughts, organize those thoughts, maybe before you drop them and type them into the coursework for the discussions or for us to see and to look at and give feedback on. This will help you with comprehension. It helps you with retention and remembering what you're learning. It also will need, some sort of journal to do this in. And so whether doesn't have to be fancy. I know some people like really fancy journals. It can be a spiral from Dollar Tree or one of those, 50-cent composition books from Walmart. Just whatever, just something to write things down on. You'll need that. And again, use your phone. Almost everyone has a phone anymore, to go get these apps. If you don't have a phone, but maybe you could get on a computer, maybe on a tablet, some sort of electronic device to interact with. And honestly, if you're watching this video, you're on a device. So we're going to do a lot of typing, especially with some of the longer reflection questions, that may make you put more words in. And if you're like me and you have old thumbs, you may not want to do all of that on your phone, though that's absolutely possible. You may want to log in on a computer, and put your answers in online. Some people do that. Some people love it on their phone. I know for me, I can't wait to walk through this journey with you. I can't wait to help you. And don't hesitate to reach out if you have trouble getting started, understanding the course layout, understanding the material. Again, that class email, info@thecruciblesfire.org, is going to be on that first page when you signed up. And if you have any questions, please, please, please shoot me an email. I'll try to answer them all in a very timely manner. But before we jump into module 2, I want to share maybe one more thing with you, one brief video, that's going to show you visually some of the different elements, in the course layout, where things are, how they work, etc. And so up to this point, we've talked about how things are going to work conceptually, how they're laid out, but I'm going to give you a short video to actually show you how to navigate the course. And so we'll watch that in lesson 1.2 before moving on to module 2, where we get into the nitty gritty work of learning how to study the Bible. This is going to be a great time. I hope you're as excited as I am. And it's going to be a time where I promise that it will take you down some roads that maybe you've never knew existed, that you've never been down before. So without any further ado, or wasting of any more time, let's get started on module 2, which is how to study the Bible. And I'll see you in the next video.